DU has been showing us what we can do, and it's that can-do spirit that I believe in.
Take it.
Don't forget, Ducks Unlimited.
Hi, and welcome again to Ducks Unlimited Television. I'm Ainsley Beeman. One of DUTV's most important partners and the site for much of our filming this season is Honey Break Lodge, which lies hidden in 44,000 acres of farmland and marsh below Jonesville, Louisiana. Honey Break has benefited from numerous conservation projects, and today it winters an amazing population of waterfowl. We begin this episode with Zach Peterson and Honey Break manager Drew Keith enjoying Louisiana Delta Plantation's main event. Then we head to coastal Louisiana to hunt with 3 DU past presidents. Thanks for watching.
Time to get her going. 5:30, we can shoot in about an hour, so. Southeast wind, 40 degrees, perfect mark.
Mississippi, got your sweet tea?
Got my pink sweet tea, baby.
Can't leave without that.
Whoa.
You did such a good job, Drew. You didn't tear the whole bench out. The wind's not really blowing much this morning, but what wind we got's kind of out of the east, southeast, which when the sun comes up will be great. Those birds will be coming in the decoys, looking in the sun. Here in just a couple more minutes, we got legal shooting light, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling. Shot. Teal. Hey, get out of there. Good shot. What you like? He was more on your side. I don't want. There we go. Teal on the board. A pair of green wings there. They came buzzing in. We were watching those big ducks make hay when the sun's out. Teal. Teal. You know, after we got done teal hunting in September, we said that we were going to make it back in January. here we are, and the place definitely looks different.
You've got a lot of water for waterfowl. We pumped a lot of this water, did a lot of management, and put new pumps in. And
Now with just a couple weeks left in the season, there's a system to how you pull this water off the WRP, isn't there?
yeah, and we'll start doing drawdowns. You know, we do an early drawdown, a mid drawdown, and a late drawdown.
Okay.
That gives you different types of feed, and it's all how you do your drawdown and what time of the year you do the drawdown and what species of native grass seed you're going to grow.
Okay.
But we try everything we got to manage it to set the table for the ducks. And as you see all the feed out here, you know, a lot of people, they got a 40-acre rice field. They can eat it out overnight, but
Right.
they can't eat this place out.
No, it just continues, goes on and on and on.
The feet down,
In
didn't
our
they?
face. Oh boy.
Yes, indeed.
That's a good way to finish it off, a big green head and big Drake pintail. Love that.
North America's ducks and other migratory birds need a place to spend the winter. One of the best places is an area we call the Lower Mississippi Alluvial Valley, a broad swath of land that parallels the Mississippi River's southern reaches. This is the most important area on the continent for wintering mallards, but it's also extremely important for species like wood ducks, gadwalls, and green-winged teal. This valley was once a vast 25 million acre floodplain forest, an extraordinary wetland ecosystem with abundant and diverse wildlife. Today, 80% of that forest has been cleared, and the natural flooding has been significantly reduced. Despite these changes, more than 8 million ducks and geese spend the winter here. Millions more stop to rest and feed during migration. Because of this, Ducks Unlimited has designated the Lower Mississippi Alluvial Valley a Level 1 conservation priority. Habitat conditions here can have dramatic effects on wintering ducks preparing for their spring migration north. Poor habitat conditions can cause ducks to delay their departure as they attempt to acquire body fat to meet the demands of migration and reproduction. This, in turn, can severely impact nest success. That's why Ducks Unlimited is working with landowners, state and federal agencies, and other partners to restore lost habitats and protect what remains. Through our America's River initiative, we hope to conserve more than 42,000 acres here over 5 years, ensuring a winter home for waterfowl for years to come. You can help bring back this critical wintering and migration area. Visit the DU website to find out more about the America's River initiative.
Louisiana's coastal wetlands face a variety of challenges. These wetlands are near and dear to past DU President John Newman. As president, he helped guide the organization in dealing with conservation issues in Louisiana and across North America. In this segment, John is reunited with former presidents Gene Henry and Don Rollins. Together, they helped take DU's conservation mission to a whole new level.
We landed in New Orleans and made our way over to Myrtle Grove, Louisiana, to the River Rest Duck Club. John Newman, former Ducks Unlimited president, has welcomed down here this week. You know, you pull up to the club, it's on stilts, the mud boats are hanging from the dock, and just can't feel any more like southern Louisiana.
That's a blue-winged hen. See a blue-winged hen? Now that's a grebe. We don't shoot those. Well, there's no open season on them. Okay, ducks on the left. Man, I'm blowing my best go-away call. We hunted in a restored marsh. This was an area that was restored by pumping in sediment and then moving that with heavy equipment in an engineered fashion to really replicate annual spring floods that would bring fresh water and sediment into the marsh. They wanted to land with those coops. We may be it. Come on in here, green-winged teal.
We took a few hours on our first day to go out and chase some redfish. They've got tidal marshes here on their property that have redfish as well as sea trout. And I was lucky enough to catch my first redfish, and John was successful and hooked one as well.
Got one. Fish on.
Ooh, a pretty red redfish.
Good color on there.
Wow, that's a good one.
A nice redfish. Okay.
Nice work.
And what's fun about these redfish? Ooh.
Barely.
But look at the spots. So he has 4 spots on it. So sort of subtle color, but a beautiful fish.
That's awesome.
That's what we're here for.
Hey, I'm Scott Laseth, cooking editor for Ducks Unlimited magazine. Now, I love to cook ducks, but I also like to shoot ducks and geese, and I like to cook them on the grill. This is a recipe that has grilled peaches, and if peaches aren't in season, you can use any other fruit like grilled mango here. First thing I want to do is put a little olive oil on these grilled peach halves, and I'm going to season them with a little salt and head to the grill. And now the duck. I have 2 duck breasts here, and the reason that I put these little slits in them is so it'll get nice and crispy on the skin side and it won't curl up on you. Season it with some good coarse kosher salt or sea salt. There's some pepper on both sides. Back to the grill, skin side down. And while the ducks are grilling, I'm gonna make some salsa. So you take your grilled peaches, nectarines, mango, what have you, and you're gonna cut it up. And what I like to do with these guys is to add a little not grilled peach, mango, nectarine to go with it. This is just the ungrilled, the raw stuff, and it's gonna give it a little bit more texture into the bowl, along with some chopped up jalapenos, red bell pepper, red onion, fresh garlic, a pinch of salt, and this is lime juice, and another big squeeze of lime. And to balance the acidity from the lime, I'm using some agave nectar. You can use honey, you can just use a little bit of white sugar, but you want to balance the acidity from that lime juice. And then I've got some fresh cilantro. Mix this together, let it sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes. And now I'm going to check on my duck, and the way I tell how my duck is done is by finger pressure. What you want to do is push down on it. As the duck cooks, it becomes more firm. So a pair of grilled ducks like I have will only take about 6 to 7 minutes to finish. And once you get them grilled on the skin side nice and crispy, give them a flip, and then of course let them rest before you slice them open. And this recipe and a whole lot more is at ducks.org and in the Ducks Unlimited magazine.
Now the new pup arrives home, the fun really begins. We have to put in behaviors in this pup that are going to endure a lifetime. What are the skills we want to know? Well, first is routine. Get a feeding schedule for this pup. Place train the pup, house break the pup, and get the dog acclimated to the crate. If you have the dog on place and you have the dog in a crate, it's highly unlikely that it's going to get into trouble in the home and learn a behavior you really don't want to see. So we get the dog also exposed to people, places, and things. Chewing is a natural tendency for the pup, and so basically we eliminate that just by now allowing him to do it. Put him in a position that he can't do it. So it's a lot about what you don't put into the pup versus what you're trying to train into the pup. So we're going to teach the pup to sit, lead, stay, real momentarily where we can move around, and of course, the early retrieves. It's the biggest thing we want to do with a little pup like this is to establish a routine and put in behaviors that are going to endure a lifetime. Don't put something in your pup you don't want to see 2 years from now in the duck blind.
On our second morning's hunt, we'd be joined by Gene Henry and Don Rollins, two past Ducks Unlimited presidents.
I've really been looking forward to having Gene and Don down, and I hope the weather cooperates a little bit, hope the birds cooperate a little bit. Spoonbills are okay, but not blackbirds.
Good girl. Get Kate. Back.
2 o'clock, low. Not so low anymore. Take them.
Okay, come on, girl, good girl.
Towards the end of the hunt, I spotted a pair of ducks off to the left side, and they're cupped up, coming right in the decoys, just like a pair of mallards. And actually, it's a mottled duck, and they are a non-migrating resident duck. You know, look like a hen mallard mixed with a black duck. So it's pretty cool. I'd never seen one. It was a great way to end our second day's hunt.
For John to invite us down here and do the little cast and blast is a great thing. You wouldn't know any of these people if it wasn't for Ducks Unlimited. I mean, all of us that grew up in this organization met great people, and Ducks Unlimited just has great people.
My father taught me a long time ago that you try to leave this world a little bit better than you found it. And Ducks Unlimited and conservation, that was my way of leaving this place better for my children, for my grandchildren.
Good work, fellas!
All right, that's pretty good there. Yeah.
Did y'all shoot? Good Kate, good girl.
It's a beautiful bird right there. Nice mature Drake greenwing. They aren't hard enough to hit when it's not blowing. When it's blowing 35, they're real hard to hit. This trip especially is pretty awesome. I've got the opportunity to sit in the blind with 3 past Ducks Unlimited presidents. You know, really understand and appreciate what these 3 men have done through their life and the amount of time and effort they've given to the Ducks Unlimited organization.
Around 9 million ducks use Louisiana's coastal habitats every year, but Louisiana is losing about 25 square miles of its fertile marsh annually. That's 50 acres a day. We are rapidly losing one of the most productive wetland ecosystems on Earth and one of the most important waterfowl wintering areas in North America. How can you help? Getting involved with Ducks Unlimited is a great start. Join today. Become an active volunteer. You can find out how at ducks.org. For all of us at Ducks Unlimited, I'm Mainsley Beeman. Thanks for watching DUTV.